Hi darlings, welcome back to my makeup garden. It's Liz. I'm currently hiding in front of my closet to do a get ready with me because the kids are out of school and yeah, I just want to do some eyeshadow uninterrupted, so I'm currently in the bedroom. So I have the Gourmande Girls Trapped palette here. I filmed to get ready with me using this, and I decided that the dialogue that I had included in it was kind of all over the all over the place. Full on like ADD side quests, and like I was like, all right, let's reel it back in. Let's film this again. And let's just do a get ready with me playing with eyeshadow. And I kind of want to talk about some of the things that I did this last year that helped me with not only achieving some goals that I had set, but also just kind of including a little self-care for myself. I know that we're now into the first week of January and people are starting to have their goals and their resolutions. They're starting to give up on resolutions, and I was just like, okay, well, let's do some eyeshadow and let's just chit chat a little bit. And so that's what we're going to do. So I don't have a huge amount of time. So this is a palette we're going to play with today. It's real pretty. I've only played with it maybe once, twice now. But I'm kind of thinking these pinks are going to be what I want to play with today. So let me grab a brush. I just kind of grabbed an assortment of brushes and have them in front of me here. So I think I'm going to go into this shade here to, no. Let's go into this shade and I'll see if I can sheer it out. Actually, let's put a little bit of Sundew down first. It's very much like a butter yellow, but on my complexion, which is a little bit more medium, it is kind of sheer. So, and I hope there's nothing on this brush. This color, without an eye primer, this color is not going to show up on me. But it does make a really easy blending surface. Like you can see a little bit of pigment, but this is not the most pigmented shade that I've encountered from Gourmande Girls, but it makes blending easy. You can just see, I don't know if you can even see anything in the camera. I can see a little bit in front of me. So this last year, I set a goal to do little things. I don't like, oh my God, self-care. You need time for self-care. Nobody has time for that. Okay, most moms don't. Most working moms definitely don't. So taking the time to do something for yourself can be challenging. It can be a problem. I struggle with that personally. So something that I decided to do that makes me feel a little bit more put together is I'm going to go into this shade here. This is called Deadly. So I decided that I was going to just do little things to help me feel more put together. One of those things was making it canon in my routine to put a moisturizer on. A lot of people feel this way about sunscreen. I have a love-hate relationship with sunscreen, meaning I hate sunscreen, but I love not getting a sunburn. But for me, making sure that I just moisturize, if I do nothing else in my routine for skincare, it was just putting on some damn moisturizer. Because I don't know about you, but you know, because I'm a little bit older now, I'm 39, and I just feel like I need that little bit of moisture for my skin to look, you know, good. Right now, this lighting is really harsh because I'm in my bedroom. This is not in front of like a window or anything. It's just my light. But my skin looks okay in person. My favorite moisturizer right now is the Pharmacy Daily Greens, the gel moisturizer. I love that. My skin really likes that one. And when because I live in a humid climate, you know, I need to make sure that I am, you know, picking something a little bit lighter. Like I like a lighter feeling moisturizer because your girl has like combo skin. So making sure that I moisturize, it's a little thing that I can do. Even if I don't always drink enough water, at least I'm just slathering my skin up on moisturizer, okay? And after I brush my teeth at night, I do that. And then if my skin feels like it needs a little bit more before I leave the house, if I do nothing else, I do that. And it just makes me feel like, okay, I started my day with a little something for me. Okay, something else that I have started doing is I started keeping a mascara in my car. And I find that when I'm running out the door and I don't have time to do anything else, I can just throw some mascara on at a red light. And I'm like, okay, at least I played up a little bit of my, like my favorite feature of my face is my eyes. I love my brown eyes, and it took a long time for me to love them. I always wanted purple eyes or green eyes. But I started, you know, in my 20s, really started. So in my 20s, I really started loving my brown eyes. But, you know, it took a while for stuff to clip. And so playing up that feature by just keeping some mascara in my car and then being able to, I'm just going to buff this out just a little bit with that same brush I used the yellow for. It makes me feel put together even when I don't give myself time to be put together. I am a very casual dresser. I'm not someone who has to dress up for work. I don't have to do that. So even if I'm just running out the door and I'm just doing a little bit of that, it makes me feel like, okay, at least you did something, right? Okay, the next one is something really, really simple. I don't know about you, but when it's time for bed, man, I'll just throw whatever I have on that's clean. I think I'm going to go into this color here. It's called Savage. I'll just throw on whatever's clean, you know, to sleep in. As long as it's comfortable. I don't care if it's supposed to be for sleep. I just throw it on. So what I started doing is just a little, for me, I started wearing matching pajamas to bed. And I know that sounds like a silly thing, but it's so little that, you know, I picked up, I don't know, 4 sets from Walmart. And seasonally, they have like other little sets that they have, you know, like, you know, Valentine's Day ones and whatever. So I started wearing matching sets. I get them at Walmart. They're not very expensive. And it makes, you know, I wake up and I go to bed and I don't have to question what I'm gonna wear to bed. I can just go boop, 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 and it's easy and they're cute. I feel coordinated. It's not awkward. I like the ones that have shorts and the button-down shirt, like that set. And then I just, you know, pick up some of those. Periodically, you can get them on clearance too. They're even cheaper. And listen, we don't have to have these big expensive things for self-care. They can just be little things, and that's okay. But those are some little things that I've started doing for me. So when it comes to my goals, I'm not somebody who likes to set a bunch of resolutions. Normally, I think if you're going to make a real change, you just kind of start doing it, and it doesn't matter what time of year it is. But there are some goals that I usually do that are based on the calendar year just because it's an easy metric for measurement. One of those this last year was I set a book reading goal, like a number of books I wanted to read for the year. And I set that goal at 75. Now, the year previous, I read 50 books. So it was like, okay, 75, not that big of a departure. I have a dry patch right here. So if you notice there's like weird bunching, that's just kind of what my eyes are doing right now. So I set a goal of 75 books for the year, and I met that goal, but I worked hard for that goal all year long. So some of the things that, okay, I think I'm going to go into this shade. Last time I used it, it was really cute. It was like hella cute. Oh, but also, I think this would be pretty. Oh, but no, let's go to this one. Let me get some of my Specular eye base. This one's by Devinah. It's my favorite primer. If you've been here before, you've seen me use this like pretty much every shimmer look. But okay, so for my goals, something I do that helps with keeping me motivated throughout the year and keeping me disciplined to achieve what I need to do is I celebrate the little things. So I like SMART goals. So SMART is actually an acronym. So SMART goals are specific. They're measurable. They are attainable. Is it attainable? What's the acronym? Specific, measurable, attainable. Hold please. I'll have to look it up. I'll put it here on the side. And then you have to give yourself a timeline. So you break it down step by step. And usually there's smaller goals mixed into your big goal, right? So you have a big goal, which is what you're shooting for. Okay, what am I going to go into? What did I say? This one? Oh, yeah, I want to put that on. Let's put this on. This one's called Unhinged. Oh, okay. She cute. She cute. Oh, it's real coppery. Okay, amazeballs. So they're specific. You give yourself a timeline. You break it down into smaller pieces that you can work towards. So you create a deadline for yourself and you just work towards it. Oh no. If you just have a big goal and then you just only focus on the big picture, it's really easy to lose along the way. So for instance, if you were gonna lose weight, for instance, you would break it down, right? So I'm gonna celebrate when I lose 5 pounds. I'm gonna celebrate when I lose 10 pounds, and so on and so forth. You're not gonna beat yourself up because you haven't lost, 30 pounds immediately, right? You're gonna celebrate like, yeah, okay, I'm doing it. Well, the goals that I said I try to do that with. But break down your goals. Okay, so for instance, okay, I set a goal of 75 books, right? Okay, well, when I read 10 books, I celebrated. And even if it's just something little, like you read 10 books, treat yourself to some coffee. You read 25 books, amazing. You're a third of the way there. And, oh, I dropped my mascara. Hold, please. But yeah, so anyway, making sure that you are celebrating when you do a good job. All right, I think I kind of want to add a little bit of lightness. This is feeling a little bit dark for what I need, but I also don't have my lip mirror in front of me, so we're just going to go for it, okay? I think I'm going to do this color, and I just want to put a little bit of that. Do I want to do that? Maybe we'll do that as my inner corner. Also, I think I stuck this here because I didn't realize. I put my moisturizer on, and it wasn't all the way set. And then I'm like, yeah, I can totally just make it work. That's fine. Okay. Oops. I overshot my landing field. It's weird not doing this with my hand mirror. Just using the palette mirror. Is this color going to be light enough for what I want? It'll be okay. It looks darker on camera than it is in real. Here's the deal. This is a great brush for mattes, but it's too flowy for shimmers. This one's by Ladybug Glow. It was one of their like limited edition things that they came out with. I'm gonna grab this Blend Bunny brush. This is their pencil brush from like their OG one. So, but yeah, so breaking your goals down, making them measurable, and then you have to do something to keep yourself accountable, right? Like your timeline is meant to keep you accountable. Okay, well, do I want to achieve this goal by this date? Do I want to achieve this goal by that date? Like, what do you have to do? And then what are the steps that you need to take in order to make that realistic? Goals have to be realistic for what you're working with in your life and what you're willing to do, right? So if you're willing to drop everything that you're doing and make a complete turnaround, well, then that's realistic for what your life is. But most people are not going to do that. So you have to be willing to figure out how those goals are going to fit into your life. So for me, that was watching less TV at night and making sure that I gave myself the time necessary to read. Also, I broke it down by how many I needed to average per week, and I kept track of it. I wrote every goal down in my planner. I like a paper planner. I'm an analog person when it comes to planning. And having a calendar, I wrote in the notes page one at a time, and I kept myself accountable. Okay, I have a new mascara to use. I've used this before. I've been really liking it, and it's the Paradise Big Deal mascara. This one here. The brush looks like this. Okay, it's kind of like that plasticky brush. I've really been liking this. It's volumizing, and I haven't had clumping issues, and I've been enjoying it. I like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. That used to be a favorite. This formula feels a little bit more runny than that formula. So I think after, but look, even in this lighting, you can see a difference. But I have been liking it, and it's not expensive at the store, although drugstore mascaras have really shot up in price. But I got this one with a coupon, so you can keep an eye out and use a coupon, you know. They're in the paper, they're in all the little flyers. Because I live in a city area, I do get some of those in the mail, so. This is the color Blackest Black because my lashes are naturally dark, and I suck at putting mascara on my left eye. Always. Alright. That's a little bit better. I know we're only going to swim class, but I didn't wear anything but... Actually, I didn't wear anything to work today because I pulled this out of my car. But I'm going to buy a backup and put it in my car. And I used to keep a car palette in my car. I still have Fantasy Cosmetica's Warlock, I think, is in there. But I've decided I actually don't like that palette. So I'm going to take it out of my car because I don't really want to use it. I haven't decided if I'm going to declutter it or not yet. I'm on the fence about it. But, you know, everybody seems to love it. And I just find the color story, like, disjointed. So, alright, I'm putting some Urban Decay 24/7 in 0 on my tightline. Which is awkward to do on camera, but here we are. Because the minute I go in the other room, we're going to have to get ready for swim, and we're just going to have to go. It's not as good of a job as I would normally do, but here we are. So, darlings, I hope whatever resolutions you set for yourself, if you do that, perfect. But otherwise, you don't have to set them. Don't feel... there's this funny thing, like, people feel this pressure to set resolutions. What are your resolutions? My resolutions are this or that. You don't have to set resolutions. If you like how you are, perfect. Don't set any. But I'm somebody who likes to have a goal. Like, at any given time, I like to have a goal that I'm working towards. And, yeah, resolutions are just a goal with a different timeline, right? So, yeah, you do you. Have fun. I'm going to go take this kid to swim class. And I love your faces. Thanks for being here. Like I said, I filmed this whole thing and I realized, oh my God, like nobody could follow that. So we're trying again. And I hope you have a great day and I love your faces and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.